Every single time, every single crime, every single lie, early life. Every single hour, every single day, every single night, early life. I know it's hard to believe it's the whole forest, not one tree, and it's every branch and leaf. They're born to deceive, but I'm telling you the truth. It's not just one or two, it's every single Jew. They all hate you, and it really breaks my heart. But their lies are off the charts, and they only bring us harm. You gotta get smart. So if you want to be safe and don't want to get replaced, it's best you start being based, or you'll get erased. Every single time, every single crime, every single lie, early life. Every single hour, every single day, every single night, early life. I know it's hard to accept that all the ones you've met lie with every single breath. They want you dead, but you must not be weak. Just open your eyes and see they always exploit the meek. See their vampire teeth, and it can make you cry to learn your life was full of lies and their face was a disguise. But you must fight. So if you want to live and protect all of your kin, you have to grow thick skin, or we won't. Every single time, every single crime, every single lie, early life. Every single hour, every single day, every single night, early life.
All right, and we are live. What's up, guys? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. We got after hours tonight. You know, I was thinking to myself, should I do the debrief? Should I do it? And I was like, you know what? Let me just hop on for a little bit. Do 1 to 2 hours. Give y'all some updates of what's going on. Cover some news and stuff. So we're on a bit briefer than usual. I pulled like a fucking 12 or 13 hour one stream yesterday, but we're here now, so why not? Shout out to all you guys. We got a couple of different topics we're going to talk about. Give me 1 sec. So it's gonna have a good show, man. Gonna have a good show. Shorter than usual, but we'll still be able to hit a lot of the main points, a lot of the main news. So let me see here. There was this one. What I'll kick off with. This is actually an insane story that I saw yesterday. Jape22, shout out to you, bro. He said after hours is unbearable. Okay. Well, thanks for being with me for 7 months here. Let's go ahead. I think Tim is talking about this whole Tucker thing right now. I told y'all that a Tucker run in 2028 might be real. Let's see.
Reform, you might say today, and bread, literally free food, almost like free grocery stores. Where are you guys hearing all those things today? Yeah. That's literally the same thing you're hearing from the socialists right now.
Well, you take a look.
FNSP, thank you so much, bro, for the 10. Shout out to you guys. I love you guys, bro. We really do got the best community, man. We don't bot. We got real ninjas in chat. How is it that, I'll have like 2,000 live viewers on Kick and we get more fucking subs and a faster chat than all these motherfuckers? What's going on, bro? Yo, what's going on, bro? Dudes say they got 15,000 watching. Chat moves at like 1 mile per hour. No fucking subs, right? We just started the stream up. Chat's already moving fast and people are, resubscribing, donating subs. Fucking love you guys, bro. Niggas are sending in chats. And just so you guys know, I run by far the most interactive political stream. I engage with the chat the whole time. You know, that's why we be shadow roaming niggas. So I genuinely, I don't think there's another political commentator that that engages with the audience more than I do. So, you know, if you guys enjoy that type of stuff, all good. You guys can see here, MyronGainsX.com. You could donate a super chat on either My Community OSS, Rumble, MyronGainsX.com, or Kick. And $2 and up if you're on OSS gets read. 500 kicks is $5 on stream on Kick to get read, and then so on and so on. You guys can see the menu right there, the bottom left-hand side of your screen. So, yeah, let's get right into it, guys.
Two at the Mamdani grocery stores, and here's a chain of events we described in the past couple of weeks. You need IDs to buy.
So good, isn't it?
Now, hold on. Why would you need an ID? The question was asked, what if people buy and then resell? Well, you'll need a library card-esque thing to buy here. Hold on. How would having a library card stop you from buying and reselling?
It wouldn't.
Okay, so what would they have to implement along with your ID to stop from buying and reselling?
Maybe rations.
Indeed. And now you're in a food line where you need your ID and they say only 1 gallon of milk per week.
Almost like, so Tanya Tay, so my wife, who was born in the Soviet Union, she has memories of food stamps. And she actually said that we used to play with food stamps. Like it was like you know, like we would have, you know, trading cards, Pokemon cards, magic
I think
cards.
you can buy the old booklets.
Yeah, you can buy them. And she said we would play with food stamps and we would sort of play around with them, and then of course like get in a lot of trouble when if we lost one or something. But she 100% has memories of food stamps and bread lines in the Soviet Union.
I saw Trump. Well, I just saw like a Polymarket story that said that Trump asked the oil companies to lower their prices. I don't know how true that was, but I was like, geez, that's like
Sounds fake.
market
He
manipulation.
did say that. He said that in the Oval Office.
When
No,
the
I mean,
government starts
it was a
asking private
comment that he
companies
made.
to change their
I mean, it was a
prices.
comment that he made. I don't know that the
Right, he
government
didn't,
had any,
didn't
you know,
lead-
had
he
any
didn't
action.
legislate
But,
that
no, he
they
did
do
say
it,
it.
but that's like when the president starts asking companies to change their prices. You're like, oh, that sounds like we're heading towards price fixing, communism, state planning.
No, I actually think that because you'll see this, and I get that there's
Well, when we
tails on
talk
this.
about
I actually think that it's probably more the individual gas station owners keeping the prices high, because you'll see how cutthroat it is if you live in an area that's got gas stations that are, and a lot of them are franchised, but you know, that are nearby, because you'll see some that are like very responsive to the price of, and it's just my personal opinion, I could be totally wrong on this, but you'll see that some are very responsive to oil futures, and then some that are like not responsive at all and keeping their price high, you know, and by the way, for different reasons. And of course, you know, that is part of a free market system. Like I'm not saying it's not, but, or, you know, someone might say like, oh, well, I'm the one that's closest to the highway, so I'm going to stay higher because I know people are going to come in, they don't want to drive out into town, so I'm just going to keep mine higher anyway. That's not like the CEO of Exxon saying that or whatever.
You brought up the Soviet communist revolution.
I do bring them up on a lot of occasions. I have a book actually.
Lenin,
right here, you can see it.
Oh yeah, that's on humans.
It is on humans. In fact, it's called The Secret History of Communist Revolutions and How to Crush Them.
They basically, exactly like you said, they pointed out the problems. They issued vague solutions, I guess, like we're going to get everyone.
Not just vague, but popular solutions.
And then what happened? What went wrong?
They killed everyone.
Like what? They got into power, and then did they just immediately start killing people?
Well, they
Or were
killed.
Like,
well,
oops, we can't do what we promised.
well, the killing started a lot before they came into power, but
They killed their way into power. That's true.
they certainly did.
There was a war. There was a civil war.
There was a civil war.
Bullshit.
All right, they're not talking about the MAGA thing. Okay, let's kick off the show, guys. So this was a crazy story that came across my feed. So there was a supervisory special agent, FBI special agent, that got arrested for stealing $1 million in fucking crypto. Insane, dude. Insane. I read through some of the court documents, and yeah, bruh, crazy.
Cyber crimes. We
Oh God, we got to use this goddamn.
Thank you. Come again.
usually think about hackers sitting behind computer screens, trying to break into government systems or
Chat, bear with me. I'm gonna try to see if I can find one that doesn't have a G hosting it, bro.
steal digital assets. But what if the person accused of stealing the money wasn't an outsider? What if he was a trusted one? Well, that's exactly why this case has stunned the entire US. The US Department of Justice has charged an FBI supervisory special agent with allegedly stealing nearly $1 million worth of cryptocurrency from digital wallets that were under federal investigation.
Bro, what a fucking terrible accent, bro. Holy, man.
Thank you. Come again.
Bro, it's fucking painful, man. Fucking painful. See if I got something else here. Fuck that shit, man. You can only take so much. Hold on, Chad. See, this didn't really hit the news like that, man. Here we go. Some goddamn...
An FBI counterintelligence agent accused of stealing nearly $1 million in cryptocurrency
Bruh, that's insane.
made his second appearance in federal court today. According to a federal complaint, Patrick Yarrow told investigators he became frustrated with the FBI and had been in possession of the cryptocurrency since last year. Today, a magistrate judge found probable cause to move the case forward. News 4's Paul Wagner was in the courtroom and joins us live with the latest. Paul?
Hi there, Ron. So quite a bit happened today in court, a hearing that lasted just about an hour or so. Patrick Yarrow appeared in an Alexandria jail jumpsuit and sat at the defense table as an FBI agent testified about the details in this case, and that was the part of the probable cause hearing. The judge, after hearing all of that testimony, did find probable cause. The question now is detention. We've learned that Patrick Yarrow will be held again overnight, but the judge has indicated that she's willing to release him, but does not want to release him to his wife, and so she's looking for a third party. So at this point, he's going to be held one more night, but here's some of the details that we've learned about this.
And I have the documents here as well, guys. You can see here. Here's the affidavit. Here's the main document of the, so as y'all can see here. It says right here, criminal complaint. Hope Vance is the name of the agent. AUSA Kathleen Robeson. And then here is the affidavit in support of the criminal complaint, goes through all the facts and circumstances on the case. But basically, long story short, bro had been stealing money since like 2024, late 2024-ish, 2025. And he obviously felt really guilty, and he confessed to an employee, a colleague, that he had stolen some money. And he just wasn't satisfied with his job. He probably had money issues too, guaranteed. You know what I mean? You don't do crazy shit like this and put your career in jeopardy unless you have like money problems, some kind of gambling problem or some shit. Because interestingly enough, I fucking worked with a Border Patrol agent who later then became an HSI agent. He got arrested for using dead people's names to apply for credit so that he could continue gambling, bro. Dude, I've seen gambling ruin so many fucking people's lives, man. It's insane. Insane.
This case. Last Tuesday.
That's the guy. Bro knows he fucked up. Bro knows he fucked up. And here's the thing. This guy's a GS-14. He's a supervisory special agent doing this bullshit.
Afternoon, FBI counterintelligence agent Patrick Yarrow contacted an employee with the Department of Justice via the Signal app and asked him to meet to discuss a personal matter. According to a complaint filed in federal court, the two met at FBI headquarters.
Now, you guys are probably wondering, wait, Myron, how does the FBI arrest their own? So, guys, the way it works is when you have corrupt employees like this that, need to be investigated, the FBI has something called the Inspection Division, okay? So, I'm getting really into weeds here right now, but, hey, no one else is going to explain this. So FBI Inspection Division, right? And it's kind of crazy how no one talks about this. So the FBI Inspection Division conducts internal investigations, operational performance reviews, and special inquiries. So this is like their version of, Office of Professional Responsibility, okay? And what ends up happening is, like, you'll be, let's say you're a regular, FBI special agent, you'll get rotated in detail to the Inspection Division. You'll be there for like 4 or 5 years, then you'll go back as a regular agent. And that's kind of how they do it, right? And the Inspection Division has its own leadership, own building, entirely, completely different infrastructure, etc. So that's how they do their internal investigations. On top of that, you got the Department of Justice Office of Inspector General, okay? So the Inspection Division does internal investigations and minor level criminal investigations. But the DOJ, if you do DOJ Inspector General, right? These guys, and every agency has an Inspector General. They're the oversight committee that they also have special agents that do criminal investigations. So when you have like a corrupt employee, the first right of refusal goes to the DOJ, right? The DOJ Office of Inspector General, and then the Inspection Division will also work alongside them, right? Now, this is only a particular to the FBI. If you got a corrupt like other agent, right, like ATF, DEA, blah, blah, FBI takes those cases typically. FBI's big thing is public corruption, but when it comes to their own, it's Department of Justice Office of Inspector General. Does that make sense, guys? Does that make sense? I know that's kind of confusing. And this is kind of, well, and the government is fucking confusing like this and not clear cut on purpose, by the way. So, first round of refusal always goes to OIG. If it ends up becoming like an internal situation, let's say you get drunk at a fucking bar, right? Let's say you're an FBI agent, you get drunk at a bar, right? And you drive drunk and you get a DUI, right? What'll happen is you'll get arrested by the local police. The inspection division will do an investigation. They'll realize that it's not criminal because it was a state situation. You didn't like actually commit a crime, federal crime, right? And they'll give you a couple of days on the beach. That's what we call in the government, right? But so that would be something that's more administrative, right? There's like a conduct unbecoming, etc. Now, if you commit a crime, you embezzle, you use your position to do some other bribery or some whatever, that's when Office of Inspector General comes in. Now, to be clear, the inspection division can still do criminal investigations. It's just that they're not really equipped to do it. And if they are going to do criminal investigations, they're going to do basic shit like lying to federal agents, 18 U.S.C. 1001, low-level bribery. Like they'll do really, really low. But what ends up happening 9 out of 10 times is the Office of Inspector General will take the case and then they'll bring the inspection division to help them out. Because the Internal Affairs Office has all the personnel records, right? So Office of Inspector General is a whole other agency. So if they are doing an investigation on, let's say, a corrupt FBI agent or a corrupt fucking prosecutor, right? They're gonna lean on the FBI Inspection Division because the FBI Inspection Division is gonna have all their paperwork. Does that make sense? They're gonna have their entire personnel file. They're gonna have every complaint against them. They're gonna have every allegation of misconduct, blah, blah, blah. Right? Because OIG only does criminal. They don't do administrative shit. That's internal agency stuff. So what ends up happening 9 out of 10 times is the Internal Affairs Agency, aka the OPR, or in this case, FBI calls it Inspection Division, will work alongside the Inspector General. So you got the administrative side, and then you got the criminal side. The other reason why these agencies like to work with their internal affairs, and you guys are probably wondering, Myron, how do you know this? Because I've been under a fucking internal affairs investigation before, so I know this shit in and out. It's fucking one of the worst times. It fucking sucks, bro. It fucking sucks. Right? Especially when you know you didn't do anything. Yo, get this dumbass rapist guy out of here, bro. Fucking hurting the quality of the show, man. Get the fuck out of here, bro.
Time to send you to the Shadow Realm. The future is mine.
Get the fuck out of here, bro. Anyway, so back to what I was saying. I've been through an internal affairs investigation because I think I told you guys this story. This fucking nightclub lied and said in Miami, said me and my buddy went into the nightclub, got in a fight with strippers because we didn't want to pay them, and we got in a fight and got kicked out. That's not fucking true at all. But since that, like, we didn't even go into that club. They didn't even go into that club. But internal affairs had to open a case. It's called, it was ICE OPR. They had to open a case. They did their investigating. They called me and my buddy in to do separate interviews. They swear you in. I think they call it Garrity rights, if I'm not mistaken. Let me double check this shit. It's been so long. Okay, there we go. So they read you your Garrity rights, right? Your Garrity rights aren't, it's not criminal. It's an internal thing. But here's the difference when you're a government employee. You are mandated to come in and answer questions. Okay? So the reason why these internal affairs agencies are so fucking helpful is because they compel the employee to come in and answer questions. Because it's not criminal, so no Fifth Amendment privilege attaches. Okay. And the internal agencies are the only ones that can do this. So this allegation is made, right? I'll never forget, bro. It was like fucking yesterday. The allegation is made. I get a fucking email that I need to go to the internal affairs office, right? I go up there with my fucking suit on. They swear me and I answer questions, right? Now, if I went to that interview and I lied, they can come back and criminally arrest me for 1001, which is false statements. But obviously I didn't lie. I'm not an idiot. I was like, look, we never even went in the club, blah, blah, blah. You guys could check the CCTV, blah, blah, which they had already done, by the way. When they do these internal investigations, they interview the subject last to see what they lied about or whatever. It was obvious I didn't go into the fucking club, and I got cleared, right? I did my interview with them. They closed the investigation, and I was 100% cleared. They didn't take my gun from me, nothing, because it was fucking bullshit. And while I was under investigation from internal affairs, I was still carrying my cases and everything because it was a weak fucking claim. So, this dude's a fucking loser, bro. This guy, bro, get the fuck out of here, rapist, man. This nigga.
Time to send you to the Shadow Realm. The future is mine. Double kill.
Trying to educate people, and this guy comes in and fucking is being an idiot. So anyway, so that's what happened. That's what happened. I got cleared. Nothing happened. No penalization because I never went in the club. But that's what went down there. So in this case here, since this guy was an agent and he was committing a crime, FBI Inspection Division and Department of Justice OIG worked the case alongside the FBI, of course. So let's get back to it. Does that make sense, guys? Give me ones in the chat if that makes sense. It's confusing, but
Quarters before moving the meeting across the street to the Department of Justice. According to the complaint, Yarrow decided to tell DOJ employee 1 about his actions because of the shame, and he knew what he did was wrong. Yarrow said it was eating him up inside, and he wanted to get it off his chest. Yarrow inquired about criminal exposure. DOJ employee 1 instructed Yarrow that it was very serious. He should get a lawyer. The complaint goes on to say, in approximately November 2024, during his investigative work, Yarrow was exposed to adversarial cryptocurrency accounts. At this point, Yarrow described himself as spinning out of control. Yarrow claimed he was frustrated that the FBI could not or would not act against adversarial cryptocurrency accounts. The complaint does not specify which adversary the accounts belong to. However, according to 2 sources familiar with the matter, tell NBC News it's Russia. The 37-year-old, who is married with 1 child, according to the complaint, told FBI agents he memorized the passphrases from adversarial accounts. Yarrow decided to take matters into his own hands and transfer funds from the adversarial cryptocurrency accounts to his personal.
bro, transferred fucking cryptocurrency to his personal account, fucking idiot. Blockchain is forever, bro.
Wallet. The complaint says in late 2024.
Shout out to Ibn says, this dude's talking shit. Fucking weirdo. Nobody gives a fuck.
Or early 2025, Yarrow began transferring the cryptocurrency 10 to 12 times. As the FBI began investigating Yarrow's story, they filed search warrants for his home, computers, phones, and a car, and found a question Yarrow allegedly made to Chat.
Yeah, bro made a whole bunch of incriminating statements to the fucking cops like a dumbass, bro. I guess he was so overcome with guilt, but it's like, dude, make it, you're fucking yourself up.
GPT, the complaint says, on June 4th.
Oh, yeah, bro, use ChatGPT to figure out how he could get away with it. Hey, where could I go? Portugal? Okay.
2026, Yarrow asked ChatGPT.
Like, bruh.
If you had a bucket of money, around $1 million, and you wanted to leave the USA and become a resident or citizen of an EU country, what would you do? ChatGPT responded, given everything you've told me, option 1, Portugal. my top choice for your specific situation. Now, there was testimony from an FBI agent today that $160,000 in cryptocurrency is missing and cannot be accessed by the government. And there was quite a bit of discussion about that today on both sides. It's unclear exactly where that cryptocurrency may be at this point. One other point.
I think the DOJ got it back, and then they arrested him. When I was reading through the complaint yesterday, I think they got the money back and they arrested him.
At one point during the hearing, Patrick Yarrow turned around and looked directly at his wife and his parents. And as he did that, he then turned back around, buried his head in his hands, and began to weep. That's the latest here from
Bro. Incredible.
federal court in Alexandria.
Yo, that's every agent's like nightmare, bro, is getting arrested for being, corrupt. That's like every agent's fucking worst nightmare, bro. You have nightmares about that shit.
Now back to you.
And Paul, what is next for him? This was his second court appearance.
Sure. So he's being held again overnight, tonight, in the Alexandria jail. And the reason is the judge wants to, she's indicated that she's going to release him, but she needs to find what she called his third-party custody. She said she doesn't want to release him to his wife. They live in Ashburn. She didn't exactly say why she didn't want to release him to the wife, but she wants to find a third party. So they're going to be back in court tomorrow at 2 o'clock and go
They need skin in the game.
over all that again.
All right, our Paul Wagner live for us on this story. Paul, thank you. An FBI
Insane, man. Crazy story. So let's get into some updates with the Strait of the Strait of Hormuz and the war.
Used to say that the Strait of Hormuz could reopen soon, but
Yeah, okay.
just in, the Iranian deputy foreign minister has denied that Iran is currently in talks with the U.S. over the strait.
No way. Trump's been lying about negotiating? No way. Let me see if Tim Pool and them
And it
run a Tucker topic.
It turns envy into a political system and a moral justification for envy. And
This is.
I will say that I've seen, and I don't know Chris. I've never spoken to Chris, and I can just tell
A city like provide all.
I'm gonna watch this.
It's common.
13. He said,
He tells yeah.
try to take, and then you like 2
It's-
IDs.
Chad, did they talk about Tucker yet?
I mean,
And the media is running with the Tucker
Oh,
Carlson.
here we go.
effectively what's been going on. So effectively, in the past, it was just sort of open, right? But there was only dredged in the center because the large triggers south Iranian
Kind of tongue in
If he
cheek.
announced,
This has been the narrative for some.
I feel like that would have come out of the pay side, right?
No,
Yeah,
no,
he's-
it's just
he's-
this has been the narrative for some time, and with the photo from Marjorie Taylor Greene, the media is running with the Tucker Carlson's preparing a bid.
No.
Yeah, and guys, basically, Tucker, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Thomas Massie, a couple of these people are trying to like make their own party. Okay, they're not happy with the Republican Party.
I
laying down
know
on-
that it's been sort of out there, but
This is probably laying the foundation for some kind of run or to be an advisor on someone's campaign. But he's just laying out, this is what I think should happen, and that probably aligns with Massie and with Kent and with Marjorie.
because
Taylor Greene.
I
They're all
actually
kind of-
thought it would be more likely that Massie would announce a run. I thought that would be more.
Yeah,
he's been-
Messi's not gonna. He doesn't have presidential X factor.
Who do you think?
I'm not saying that he should or shouldn't. I'm just saying that he's been a politician
I'd vote for him if he ran.
and he's run for office. Tucker's never run for anything before, so it just
Yeah, but he has insane motion. We live in a social media age, man.
doesn't seem.
Who do you
I
guys
haven't
think?
spoken to him.
Who do you guys think?
We're seeing, guys, we are seeing something change a lot, man. We are seeing some pretty big shifts on both sides. We're going to talk about the Democrat Socialists here as well. As you guys know, Abdul Sayed basically won his primary, first Muslim to do so out of Michigan.
Actually,
So Democrat Socialists are here to stay, and he got Mamdani endorsement, obviously, the Hasan Piker endorsement.
would have the
just seems
best
like-
chance.
So Michigan is going to be state number 2 that has picked up this Democrat Socialist wave.
the politician would be the one to do it.
We'll talk more about that here in a second.
Um,
Because I don't think Massie can. I don't think Massie could win. I think out of all of them, Tucker probably has the best chance because of name recognition.
Yeah, and also we got who? Fucking JD Vance and Marco Rubio. Like, that's why I'm not too thrilled for 2028, man.
Recognition.
Are you saying excluding JD Vance and Marco Rubio? I think
No, I'm talking about out of the just the people that we're talking about. Like who could win? Like who could actually convince the American people?
probably Tucker Carlson.
Yeah, I would say that.
Look, I mean, he's obviously a better communicator, but you know the thing is that elections never happen in a vacuum, right? So if they're up against JD, there's no question like JD wins. That's just obvious.
I'm not so sure.
You know,
You think they win against Mark?
But JD, but Tucker is friends with JD, right? Tucker is just very good at kind of hiding his alliances. He's also close to Peter Thiel, but like you would never know.
Marco Rubio, if they make it the America First anti-war and Marco Rubio's neocon.
I think ultimately the real question is, does this create a Ross Perot situation? So Ross Perot runs in 1992. He gets about 18% of the vote, and then that effectively blocks George H.W. Bush from re-election. And then Clinton gets in with having only won about 42%.
Or AOC gets in.
Hey guys, do me a favor, smash that like button for me, guys. Okay, smash that like button for me. If you're watching on YouTube, we got about only 200 likes, 1,000 ninjas watching. We got total about 2,500 to 3,000 you guys in here between the platforms. So just do me a favor, guys, and smash that like button.
In this time.
Which, yeah. I'm just talking about 92.
That Ross Perot thing was crazy.
Which,
Like,
by the
George
way,
Bush
the
Sr. was
Democrats
the golden
never
child.
bring that up whenever they attack the Electoral College. The fact that the way that Bill Clinton won was not the popular vote. He was way below 50%.
Yeah, but
it was literally only almost.
Yeah, but Bill Clinton was a real nigga, bro. Come on, man. Bro was smashing interns, man, in the Oval Office. That's some real nigga shit, man. Yo, say what you want to say about Bill Clinton. But Bill Clinton was fucking dogging out these 304s, man. I did not have sex with that woman. These allegations are false. I'll clear my name. Next thing you know, I did have sex with that woman. I could not clear my name. Bruh. Yo, imagine. You got so much fucking motion that someone can suck your dick and become famous. Like, y'all niggas thought about that? Yo, hold on. Stop the show, bro. Stop the show. Stop the show, man. Yo, imagine how lit you gotta be to kick off someone's career by them giving you a BJ, bro. That's unlimited motion. Is a W. Bill Clinton impression? Yeah. Yeah, that's all right. You get, you guys can say whatever you niggas want to say. That's some crazy shit, bro. To this day, Monica Lewinsky has a YouTube. Yo, this bitch is still famous. Monica Lewinsky to this day is still fucking famous, bro. She has a YouTube channel. Nigga, like, what's going on? How you making bitch's career from sucking your dick? Insane motion. Someone said Dave Chappelle said this in the special. He did? I didn't know that. Yo, and here's the craziest part. Bro did all of this before social media. Could you imagine if that scandal kicked off with Instagram and Twitter? Yo! Bro went viral before anybody knew what viral was. Right? Well, he did that shit like 30 years ago. Niggas still remember. Someone said her cum stain dress is on display. What? Yo, ain't no way. Ain't no way. So, yeah, look, I know a lot of people like hate Bill Clinton or whatever. But you got to admit, this nigga was, bro got up on TV and lied to everybody. I did not have sexual relations with that woman. Niggas find out he was lying. Okay, maybe I might have got my dick sucked by that woman. Yo. Oh, man. Yeah, we just had to pause and appreciate. That's crazy levels of motion, bro. Bitches can make a YouTube channel 30 years after sucking your dick and you still got the clout to, help them. Insane.
40%.
To your point, that is like the nightmare situation, right? AOC's running, and whether people like her or not, whether people obviously.
We got some dumbass in here. Erquin says, and why the need for noisy sound effects? Hey, you know what my favorite sound effect is, buddy? Is this one right here.
Time to send you to the Shadow Realm. The future is mine.
And here's another. Enjoy the Shadow Realm, bitch.
Triple kill.
That was easy.
I would never vote for her or whatever, but people are going to freak out.
Bro, I'm the sound effect god, bro.
But she's an extremely skilled politician, and she's got a lot of charisma. If she's running as the Democrat, and then you have to split the Republican ticket between, Tucker's party and whoever is kind of the establishment or the MAGA candidate, however you want to conceive of it, that I think that AOC runs away with it then.
I think I'll just throw out there. I don't know.
Yeah, AOC is actually a very scary opponent. And the reason why AOC is a scary opponent is because AOC doesn't have a spine. She bends to the will of populism. So she will say and do what she needs to do to get in. She used to be an establishment Democrat. Now she's leaning very, very heavy into the Socialist Democrat Party.
Really talked about him yet. I don't know if we're going to in a separate topic or whatever. But I think that Abdul al-Sayed.
The Civil Fortune, Myron, serious question. How do you think the U.S. should respond if shipping through the Strait becomes seriously disrupted? They can't do anything, bro. They literally can't do anything. Trump is trying to figure this out. He can't do it. Did you hear about the Mexican streamer that got killed on stream? Yeah, we covered it yesterday. Mark, can you turn on the media volume? Got you. What's good, Fear? Did you see James Fishback calling into Byron Donald's show? Mark can't get away from Relentless Fishback. No, I didn't see that. He called into the show? What did he do? He called him a criminal again? What did he do? Grimly, can you give a few quick points on how Marco Rubio is affiliated with them boys? Bro, he's been owned by the Adelsons for years, bro. He's a hardcore Zionist, dude. The Adelsons love him. As a matter of fact, I'm almost certain Miriam Adelson is the reason he even got the state Secretary of State job, bro. I'm almost certain Miriam Adelson asked Trump to put Rubio on. That's how close he is. He's a bigger Zionist than Trump. Get it clear. Off topic, perhaps for later, but the total inventory of planes damaged destroyed during the Iranian war was published by Congress. Okay. After all that, Hillary Clinton still stayed with his ass. Yeah. Hillary a real one for that. I ain't gonna lie. Hillary's a real one for sticking by him all that time. Myron, would you smash Hillary if she was president for the same celebrity? What? Nigga, what kind of question is that, bro? What's wrong with this guy, man?
I think.
Fucking.
You stupid.
I think if he wins in November, he runs as for president.
A guy, his name already is making me, and I'm not racist, but that just knowing how people think, hearing a guy named Abdul,
you literally have said. You're
a
race
guy
realist.
like Barack Hussein Obama?
No, he said his name was Hussein Obama. I don't think he would.
Did you guys see in Vegas? They mentioned that cop whose name was like Al-Bed or something, and then everyone started booing.
No, I didn't.
There was a cop who got killed in line of duty the other day. And when they mentioned his name because it was an Arabic name, people started booing.
I don't want to talk crap about this guy, Jack, that you're talking about, because he might be a phenomenal human being.
I'll talk crap about him.
Worth overriding my prejudice.
Well, I'd like to talk crap about him, if I may.
Sidelines. Oh, you do?
Yeah.
What's his story? What's this guy?
Well, he's a fake doctor, for one. That's
doctor.
A big old fake doctor.
Oh.
Well, yeah, he went to medical school. If I have this down correctly, he went to...
Okay, now they're talking about who they're referring to, guys, is the Abdul al-Sayed guy. That's who they're talking about now. So we can cover that. I think my brother sent me some stuff on him as well. Where are we?
medical school, but then never completed any of like his residency requirements, never got a license. And
Yeah, apparently, so this guy, obviously, he went to medical school, completed it, but he didn't want to do his residency. And the reason why he didn't do his residency, at least according to him, was he felt like the healthcare industry was a for-profit system, and he didn't feel as though he would be able to help as many people, so he didn't do it.
and kind of runs around portraying himself as a doctor, yet he never actually practiced as a doctor.
Technically, on paper, he is a doctor because he did complete medical school. It's just that he's not like a practicing doctor or physician.
Huh.
He got his license, but he never
He
practiced.
didn't get a license.
Oh,
Yeah, he didn't go to residency.
Didn't get because you have to do all this
gotta do the
stuff.
residence.
You have to
It's
do
like
the
years of stuff.
You have
additional school.
years of
He's not an MD, basically.
additional stuff. You can't just go to school and then not become a doctor. It's like he finished the school and decided it was too much work for him because he's lazy, and decided that he would kind of like go into politics.
it's totally going to be Rubio, Vance versus Buttigieg, AOC.
Yeah, I could see. I do think that Buttigieg's name will be up there. As someone's vice president, it seems like he's making those moves. But I just say that I don't discount a guy like El Sayed, that if he wins for Senate, and keep in mind that we had a guy named Obama who won as a senator in the Midwest, and he'd only been there for 2 years, and he ran for president, and he won, and his name was
When Obama.
Hey guys, smash that like button. I see we only got 300 likes, bro. You guys better like the fucking video. We run the most interactive political commentary show. We cover it all. We cover geopolitics and domestic politics, in great detail. We cover true crime. We cover fucking red pill shit with girls. All of it, guys. So make sure to, number one, hit that like button on YouTube. Follow the channel if you're on Kick or YouTube or whatever, or Rumble. Follow it. Join the OSS. Use the code LYouTube to join in, okay? I'm going to keep saying this shit till the fucking wheels fall off. I am the most diversified streamer in this fucking bitch, okay? There is no other show like this show, okay? With the variety of topics, the comedy, the racism, the misogyny, the anti-Semitism, my favorite, by the way.
Oh no. I pissed off the Jews. What am I gonna do now? I don't wanna lose everything. Someone, please help me.
Who else does shit like this? The perfect blend of all the fucking elements.
Oh no, I said the truth, and it really pissed off the Jews. And I don't know what to do. I have way too much to lose. I didn't tell any lies, but I need to apologize.
These lyrics are fucking hilarious. Because it's so fucking true.
Jews can easily destroy my life. Hey, little boy, I heard you calling. No need to cry, now you can stop falling. I can help you make it all.
Myron's Jewish son is fucking crazy. Anyway, beat's gonna drop, niggas. DJ Gaines.
Kiss the wall, kiss the wall. If you wanna keep it all. Kiss the wall, kiss the wall. If you wanna be absolved. Kiss the wall, if you know what's good for you. Kiss the wall, never forget you're ruled by Jews.
All right. So, yeah. So smash that like button, niggas. We're sitting at only 390. Let's get to 1,000 on YouTube. Back to it.
Obama got elected. I remember I was watching the TV, and what year was it? It was like it was
2008.
2000, yeah, 8.
2000. No, it wasn't. He didn't win the Senate in 2008. He won the Senate in 06.
Oh, Senator 6, yes.
2-6.
And
he famously spoke at the 2004 RNC or
at the 2006 election when he won, he was asked, "Will you now run for president?" Literally, he had not been in federal elected office. He had just gotten elected senator-elect, and they were like, "Will you run for president now?"
In
It was very strange.
2004, my
Yeah,
roommate,
the media was just gushing over him.
I lived in Chicago in 2003 to 2005, and my roommate was like, he's going to be president one day. In 2004,
Yeah, bro. Obama was the man in 08, dude. He that nigga fooled all of us. Myron, could go back to the looks like you're going to Shadow Realm Jimbo soundbite, or at least tell us we could find it. I think you can find it on YouTube. Joe Birdman, we ever go into politics, local or national? I think I'd be too extreme, bro. You know, I think I think I've told you guys about some of the things I would implement if I ever became president of the United States, aka the Fuhrer, you know, or the supreme leader of the United States. You know, there'd be a couple of things that I put into office. I'd sign a couple executive orders on day one. Okay, to make this country better.
I was like, who is this guy? He's like, he's just so awesome, dude. He's a community organizer. He's going to be great. I'm like, really? Okay.
Here's what I want to say to you, Jack.
We gonna say.
Politics is completely fake and everyone's lying.
Wait, are you telling me politics is fake and gay?
Everyone.
What?
Right, left, upside down.
With an H, dude.
And I'm going to tell you why. I want you to look at...
All right, let's get into the Byron Donalds thing. This is a clip that came from one of the members of OSS. Let's watch this shit. Which, by the way, if you guys are wondering, yeah, Byron Donalds is owned by who?
We've got a call from Thomas in Jacksonville. Good morning, Thomas. Go ahead.
Well, good morning, and good morning, Congressman Donalds. Happy first day of early voting. Congressman...
Oh, nigga already knows what time it is. Bro, yo, look at that face. Nigga's like, all right, I know who this is.
Donalds, you claim to be a staunch advocate of school choice. I just want to ask how you're going to hold charter schools accountable.
Bro, this nigga's fucking stalking this guy, bro. He's harassing him relentlessly all across Florida, man.
In the rare but serious cases when they defraud parents, investors, and taxpayers, namely Optima Classical Academy, which you and your wife abruptly shut down and left hundreds of students scrambling. I thank you for that question. Again, this is James Thomas Fishback.
Thank you, Mr. Fishback, for calling in. So that is a question from your opponent, obviously.
Sure.
But you have been a big supporter of charter schools, as has your wife. She's arguably one of the most influential figures.
Bro, it's tight. You gonna see him. He's like, what the fuck, man? These niggas set me up? The fuck? Bro is pissed right now.
In the school choice movement in this state. Erica Donalds,
well, if you don't mind.
Yes.
Let me respond. First of all, I've been an ardent supporter of school choice ever since I've been involved in politics. When I was in the state legislature, I passed the largest expansion of school choice in its kind in the state's history to that point. It was the Hope Scholarship. I passed that legislation. We had that signed into law by then Governor Scott. Governor Scott signed it into law. When it comes to what my wife's companies that she had, she started and operated 5 charter schools in the state of Florida. They're all still in operations today.
So Fresh went to, I forget what event Fresh went to. I think at the inauguration or something like that back in 24. Yo, everybody was walking up to Fresh thinking that he was Byron Donalds. This nigga Fresh was like, yo, why are all these white bitches coming up to me? He was like, niggas were calling me Byron. I think they got me confused and thought I was Myron. Like, I'm lost. Yo, fucking hilarious, bro. Fresh had no idea. And Fresh had no fucking idea. It's like the perfect storm. He's like, why do these motherfuckers keep coming up to me saying Byron, thinking I'm Myron? And he had no idea. It's because they thought he was this nigga, bro. Yeah, Fresh does look like Byron Donalds, bro. He does. He's just darker, but like they got the same they look the same.
You know, we've been very focused. She's been very focused and diligent on making sure that kids have every opportunity to get a world.
He said he got approached by so many bitches, he just stopped correcting him and said, fuck it, nigga. I guess I'm Byron Donalds tonight, bro. Bro said, fuck it. It is what it is.
Class education, and that their parents have the ability to make those decisions. I think to the one school in Southwest Florida, which is being talked about, They weren't able to open up that school on time, in part because of the aftermath of Hurricane Ian. It was
So, let's see here.
To the Middle East, where a deal to reopen the Strait of Hormuz is reportedly
Ninjas.
nearing the finish line with an announcement that
Bruh, Fox News with the bullshit again, as usual.
could come as soon as today.
Chief Foreign Correspondent Trey Yanks joins us live in Tel Aviv with the details. Trey.
Yeah, hey guys, good morning. President Trump indicated that a deal with Iran could happen as early as today. Speaking with Fox News, the president said that
Yeah, okay, buddy.
You stupid. Talks took place all day on Tuesday and that things are looking very good. He told Trace Gallagher what will happen if the Iranians back out of this agreement.
Other
Threat nuclear, chat.
presidents or other countries should have been able to do this. And I did something that I had to do, because if they had a nuclear weapon, this whole world would be a different place.
If they back out again, are they done?
Well, if they back out again, they're going to get hit really hard. You know, they know that. They understand that. I have no choice. They can't have a nuclear weapon. It's very simple.
The focus remains on the Strait of Hormuz, a critical international waterway that handles roughly 20% of the world's oil and LNG trade. CENTCOM released a statement saying the southern route through the Strait of Hormuz remains free and open for all commercial vessels seeking to transit the international waterway. The statement goes on to say over the past 3 months, U.S. forces have assisted more than 1,000 vessels in successfully transiting the strait, despite unwarranted Iranian aggression, and these transits continue today. Right now, talks are ongoing between Iran and Oman, aimed at reaching an understanding on control of the strait.
Yeah, but they don't give a fuck about the United States.
The issue remains a primary objective, even for Iranian civilians speaking about the conflict.
We must definitely keep the Strait of Hormuz at any cost. We should never abandon it, and we should never back down, even if they make harsh threats against us, even if they threaten to launch a ground or air attack against our country.
We're also tracking reports of explosions in Dubai that sits along the Persian Gulf. It's unclear if this was an Iranian attack or something else. Guys?
Trey Yanks live for us in Tel Aviv. Trey, thank you.
All right, so that's what Trump says, right? And then this comes out. Trump's claims of talks are false.
Straight. The president continued.
Now, we've been known this. It's the same fucking cycle every time. It's amazing that people don't fucking, get it.
Continues to say that the Strait of Hormuz could reopen soon, but just in, the Iranian deputy foreign minister has denied that Iran is currently in talks with the U.S. over the strait. He described discussions with Oman as strictly bilateral. We're joined now by Mark Esper, former defense secretary under President Trump. He serves as a board member and partner at Red Cell Venture Capital. I wonder what you think of that, Secretary, what we're hearing from the deputy minister here on his assessment of these talks, and how are you reading that, and does it matter?
It does matter. We've heard a lot of conflicting statements, though, coming out of various capitals on this front. We do know that the Iranians, at least the foreign ministry, is talking to the Omanis about how the strait will be administered. They want to create a northern route that is adjacent or within Iranian territorial waters, and a southern route that's in Omani waters. And frankly, this is consistent with the MOU. In fact, point 5 of the MOU says that Iran and Oman and Iran will negotiate the future administration of the strait, which to me means we're giving Iran at least some control of the strait, which is one of the issues I have with the MOU. But nonetheless, it seems like they are talking pursuant to that. That the IRGC is not necessarily involved, and that they consistently are claiming that there are no direct talks between the United States and Iran. So look, if an agreement comes out between Iran and Oman, we're going to have to see what's in it and whether we can live with it or not. It seems to me that there's not a place where we can live with it, because we do not believe that those countries, let alone Iran alone, should have control over the Strait of Hormuz.
This depletion of U.S. defensive capabilities and long-range weapons, how does that affect U.S. leverage in any negotiations?
Well, it affects our positioning with regard to how much we want to risk if in a return to combat operations. Of course, when I was in the role, you have to constantly balance the international demands global risks, the things that you're very most concerned of. And for me, I always keep a watchful eye on China. And in a war with China, we would need THAAD missiles. We would need PAC-3 missile interceptors. We would need PRISM, all those missiles that, to one degree or another, the Center for Strategic and International Studies reported were in the stockpiles were low. So I'd be very conscious of that. And I might be reluctant to employ them in certain scenarios if I knew that it would affect my global supply.
Yeah, if you're looking at the deterrent effect of the U.S. military and all of those capabilities being part of that, and right now it seems the best case scenario.
Hold on, we got 80 in the chat. Stay out of there for real. Myron stealing content once again. Really? Okay, I'll tell you where else I steal things. I steal the Shadow Realm as well, my friend.
Time to send you to the Shadow Realm. The future is mine. Kill-tacular.
That was easy.
Is a negotiation to get out of this with reopening the Strait, which is where the U.S. was before this war, and looking at an incredible depletion of munitions. How do you chalk this up to anything other than a big loss, putting the U.S. in a really tough spot should they have to confront another enemy or challenge going forward?
And look, deterrence is not just military capability, it's your soft power capabilities. And in this case, it's also your economic strength and might. Specifically here, it's your munition stockpiles. The enemy wants to have a sense of how long you can sustain that fight and with what type of weapons. And importantly, your economic and industrial base. And defense industrial base is something that we vastly needs improved in terms of certainly its surge capacity. We are not where we need to be. And frankly, it was our economy that really won World War II when you go back and look at history. So look, I think all those are factors when you think about deterrence. In this scenario, I've argued the last few weeks that, look, I think the strategy needs to pivot here toward an economic blockade complete of all of Iran, and not just into the Strait, but all sea, air, ground routes, strangle them, globalize the conflicts. We have allies, partners, everybody else joining in, and then slowly close the noose on them. They are facing the highest inflation they've ever had in decades. The economy is weakest it's been in decades. To me, that's where the pressure point is right now. There and the...
Yeah, what's Brent Crude sitting at right now? Let's see. What are we sitting at? Okay, he's down to 75. Yeah, because Trump made the announcement that they're negotiating, even though they're not. It's going to go back up again.
IRGC.
This war is far from done, dude. They're going to keep this thing going because they want Trump to get fucked up in the midterms.
And that's where I would lean more toward, rather than trying to re-engage in a military assault from the air in the pursuing weeks.
Do you have confidence in the diplomacy that you've seen so far, if that's an indication of what you're going to see going forward to solve that issue?
Again, I would globalize the diplomacy as much as I could, at least enlist allied partners, allied and partners in this. And look, I think any efforts we can at diplomacy are worth it, because this is a conflict that's now become strategic in nature. We're not talking about the nuclear program as much anymore, which is where we began. We're talking about control of the Strait of Hormuz. And I think the Iranians at this point think they're winning the fight. And so, to me, we should never not pursue diplomacy. In fact, we should double down on it and enlist, again, more of our partners and allies in that purpose.
Just really quickly, we have about 20 seconds. Do you see indications that this administration is globalizing their diplomacy?
No, I don't. I wish they would. I mean, there's, if anything, Iran is expanding the attacks by launching strikes, presumably against Egypt. They're threatening Bulgaria. They're expanding to other states and countries. They're now enlisting the Houthis in Yemen, and there was a ship sunk this morning in the Bab el-Mandeb. So they are globalizing it. I think we need to globalize our response as well and put more, again, full court press on them, beginning with economics.
Secretary Esper, thank you so much for being with us.
Iranian media is casting doubt on Donald Trump's claim that the Strait of Hormuz could be reopened as soon as today. On Tuesday,
fucking cap.
Trump said that he expected
that's the only reason the price went down.
To happen very soon, or else U.S. attacks on Iran would restart.
On the Strait of Hormuz, the Axios is reporting that you might open
tomorrow. Could happen tomorrow.
All right, guys. So quick little. I think the real ones are gonna recognize this.
Drawn into the backdrop here, you could fade away. Bright lights on a starless night, been a hole in the dark.
Are you aware?
Looking at a light
Are you aware?
gun, take your best shot, aim it at the sun. Looking at life through a loaded gun, you know you'll find.
The legend himself.
You'll find yourself alone. You'll find yourself alone. You'll find yourself alone. You'll find yourself.
Now, I know a lot of you are like, what the fuck is going on right now? So let me bring you guys up to speed. Today's the anniversary of the death of a guy named Zyzz Shavershian, also known as Zyzz. This guy was a fucking internet phenomenon back in the early 2010s. I've had his brother on the show multiple times, Chesbra. This guy was the original Looksmaxxer, okay? Inspired a fucking generation. I'm 36. You younger people might not remember, but I do. This guy was a huge motivation to men all across the world to get in the gym, get aesthetic. You know, he used to have famous sayings like, you know, disregard women, acquire aesthetics. Okay. He made YouTube videos like this. This is the one that went fucking viral. We're going back in fucking time, chat. I never thought, you know, and this is actually kind of surreal for me, guys, because his death hit me very hard. And I never thought the day would come where I would be a podcaster with a sizable audience that can keep his legacy alive. Does that make sense? Like, what I always envisioned was, hey, I'm just a federal agent. I fucking, you know, like this guy. He helped keep me motivated in my 20s to stay in the gym. And now, you fast forward. I'm fucking keeping the legacy alive of somebody that fucking helped me fucking stay motivated going to the gym. So, hey, I got to pay my fucking respects. Okay? So, if you motherfuckers don't know who this guy is, you're going to learn today. Before there was Looksmaxxing, before there was incels, before there was any of this fucking bullshit, this dude was the OG when it came to that. Put Australia on the fucking map. Nobody gave a fuck about Kangaroo Land before this dude.
I'm saying yes.
This was his video that went super viral. Zyzz the Return of the King. Why do you guys think the name? Where do you think the name Myron Gaines came from? This came from a play on words. You Myron my Gaines. It's a fucking play on the MISC, which, you know, going back in time here, the MISC was a bodybuilder. The miscellaneous section of the bodybuildingforum.com, bodybuilding.com had a forum called the miscellaneous section where people would troll and all this other shit. We're really going back in fucking time here, guys. Holy. He passed away in a sauna in Thailand. To this day, you know, everyone has their speculations. We don't know exactly what it was. I know Chesbra, his brother, Saeed Shavershian, said that he's not going to reveal the cause of death until his parents pass away because he doesn't want to do it when they're alive. At least that's what I recall the last time I spoke to him. But yeah, this video went viral, bro. Like, this is way back in the day. Right? So, the Zyzz ideology. And you can tell by the way that the video is made, right? Like, this is like old YouTube content, bro. Shit came out 15 years ago, bro. October 26th. Actually, 16 years ago almost. Oh, you know what's funny? October 26th is the day that we started the first episode of Fresh and Fit. Then Dance Like You came straight from Jersey Shore. So where the term muzzing comes from. Curve those bitches. Also made EDM extremely popular.
This is epic. Ready?
This was also a term that he coined back in the day that was very popular. Like, a lot of the terms that people use nowadays don't even know where it came from. Bro did the Roman. Hey, man, we've all been there. You're sitting in the fucking gym parking lot, get ready to go in the gym. Hey, man, we got to get hype. Well, you know, you get the fucking aux cord. And this is chest bra right here, actually. This is a much younger chest bra right here. Oh, yeah, this is a big one. Guys used to fucking, instead of going to, this is another thing that Zyzz made very popular. Not necessarily bodybuilding to win a trophy, but bodybuilding for aesthetics. And then niggas were training for fucking music festivals, bro. Hilarious.
What are you on, bro?
So you look at the difference. This drunken fucking guy here hanging out, he's sober. That's one thing that, you know, Zyzz always talked about is like, yo, stay away from fucking alcohol. It's terrible for making gains. There you go. Yeah, so this guy inspired an entire generation. Yeah, corny, cheesy YouTube videos from back in the day, you know, lower production value, whatever it may be. But this is before the era of, like, you know, how YouTube is now, right? So, yeah, no, man, just wanted to share that with you guys. This guy literally inspired an entire generation. And that's a big reason why, you know, guys like Clavicular and everything else like that, you know, kind of took this ideology and pushed it forward. So it's good to see. But yeah, rest in peace to Zyzz, man. Bro literally inspired an entire generation of young men to get in the gym, train, disregard females, acquire aesthetics. Okay? So, can you take Frank for a walk, by the way? Okay, thanks. So yeah, I had to fucking, you know, make sure that we talked about Zyzz on August 5th, bro. You know what I mean? He died back in 2011, August 5th, 2011 in Thailand. So there you go. You got to pay homage to the OGs. We took a ride down memory lane there. Okay. Let's see here. Gramley, can you give a few quick points on how Mark? No, read that one. Myron, can we go to the looks you're not going to shadow room? Oh, no, got that one. Byron's hair looks like a damn helmet. Okay. When the fresh start wearing a suit. Okay. Jay Butchie, thank you for the gifted. One chest. A says, don't get, exactly, guys. If there's ever a day for you to go ahead and, you know, get in shape, acquire aesthetics, disregard women, it's right now. So get it with one chest for sure. Stoke City says, hey, big bro, where can I get the sign you have about, was it $6 million? Oh, that was a custom sign. Shout out to Sean. He made it for me. My female friend needs advice. She is recently married to a guy who goes 50-50 and makes her work while being pregnant. After marriage, he started hitting her and spewing RP talking points. Any advice? Yeah. Number one, if he's hitting her, she needs to get the fuck out of there. That's completely unacceptable. You never put your hands on a woman ever. There's never an excuse to do it, okay? You know, even from the frame of like self-defense, unless she has like a fucking, you know, deadly weapon or whatever, there's no justification for putting your hands on a female. That's number one. Number two, the fact that he's telling her, oh, you need to serve me and all this other shit. Let me be clear about this, guys, because this part never gets clipped up. You know, there's an old phrase, it costs to be the boss. What that means is, if you want to have authority, that means you must also you must also wield responsibility. Okay? If you want to be able to tell your girl or your wife what to do, you need to be fucking paying the bills and actually demonstrate that competency through leadership. Okay? You can't be fucking going 50-50 with your girl talking about you can't go to the club. Get the fuck out of here, bro. At that point, she's your roommate. Okay? So, do not fucking bark, you know, orders at your girlfriend or your wife when you're a fucking brokey, and don't have your shit together. Okay? If you want a woman to submit, you got to do your job as the man and handle the provisioning and the protection part. So, you can't just be sitting here being, that's what I call a red pill fucking masturbator, bro. You know, your friend is probably a red pill masturbator, probably fucking watches the content, but like, you know, thinks he deserves a certain type of treatment from his chick, but he doesn't realize that he's not that guy. So, yeah, no, she, you know, I normally don't say that women should leave, but if he's hitting her and she's pregnant and he's having her work while she's pregnant, that's just a bitch ass nigga, bro. I'm sorry. Okay, like that's the mother of your kids, bro. So, yeah, putting your hands on the mother of your kids and making her work while she's pregnant, that's some bitch ass behavior, bro. That's a bitch ass behavior. You know, we dunk on females all the time on this platform, but we also need to be we need to realize that leadership comes with responsibility, right? Uncle Ben famously said, with great power comes great responsibility. Same exact thing. You want to be the protector, the provider? You want to be able to fucking be the head of the household? Then fucking be the head of the household and do it all the way. Don't half-ass this shit, go 50-50, but expect your wife to go 100 with being your dutiful wife. This is why I tell you guys all the time, your woman should not be working. And if she is working, it's for you or in a manner where it's elective. Okay? Once your woman works for another man, you forfeited all the fucking right to tell her what to do. You mad, bro? The brother of Zyzz dropped a documentary of him today. Here's the link. Oh, he did? He dropped the documentary. Where'd he drop it, bro? Because I was looking for it. I couldn't find it. Oh, shit. This thing is an hour and a half? Okay. My balls are sweaty and stinky after workout. Is that an indicator of a good workout? Great comment. Send it back. Girl I was going on a date with tonight had some freak out on me in the car for making a joke back to her after she was giving me shit about something. I took her right back home and dipped. Thoughts? I mean, I don't know the context, and, you know, it's very... I would need to know a lot more information. But, yeah, dude, I mean, you know. The thing is this, dude. If you have high sexual market value, right, and you say some offensive shit, it doesn't matter. Women don't care what you say. They care how you say it and who you are, okay? If I tell a girl, you're stupid, and another guy tells a girl, you're stupid, she might laugh and be like, ha, 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 when I say it, but she might get mad and fucking bark back at the guy that says it that she doesn't like. Does that make sense? So what you say doesn't really matter so much when it comes to like how you say it and who you are. This is why a Chad could say, hey, you're looking good today, Shirley. Thank you, Chad. Fucking Harry, you're looking great today, Shirley. Ew, creep, sexual harassment. All right, yo, stay smooth, bro. Stop spamming in the fucking chat, bro. Stop spamming in the fucking chat, dude. All right? We're going to be out there to protest the Tate situation on August 13th, guys. August 13th, we're going to be out there, 11 a.m. Okay? So yeah. But yeah, yo, stay smooth. You got to stop spamming, bro. I'm giving you a warning now because you're spamming obviously something because we fuck with the Tates over here, but you got to chill. I put the announcement out now, okay? Stop spamming. I don't want to send you to the shadow room. But if you're going to fucking hurt the quad of the show by spamming the chat, we're going to have to take out the trash, bro. So chill out. All right. Let's go ahead and get into... Okay, so let's go ahead. So there's a, oh, and before I get into this, guys, new merch. You only got 2 days, so roughly 48 hours, okay, to pick up the Jackass merch. I don't want to hear any complaints from you guys. And we got a bunch of different, bundles for you guys. Comes in black or white. I got the hoodie on right now, as you guys can see. Okay. You got Trump getting pushed by Netanyahu, Ben Shapiro, and obviously Mark Levin into the worst war ever. And then, 3D chess, which is all how the magatards fucking cope with the big L that this is. So, yeah, get the merch while you guys can. YouTube, smash the like button, guys. We only got 500 likes. Niggas, what do you guys doing? Smash that fucking like button. All right, let's get into this. This is a very interesting interview. I watched this interview the other day, and this is kind of confirming a lot of the things that I've talked about when it comes to the Democratic Party. Because just like we have our rift in the right wing right now in the Republican Party between this Iran war, there's also a war going on in the Democratic side between your establishment Democrats and the rise of democratic socialism. Okay, and you got different schools of thought where you got people like, Kyle Clinches, Hasan, Piker, et cetera, that are fully embracing democratic socialism with people like Mamdani, et cetera. And then you have people like, Destiny, who are more of like the old guard Democrats who still support capitalism, but, are very liberal when it comes to social issues. So it's very interesting to see what's going on in the Democrat Party because it is going through the Kamala Harris loss, guys, like blackpilled them. It really woke them up to realize like, holy shit, we got to redo our entire strategy.
How is like a
so
promises
and I called this. I told you guys that Mamdani would be the first domino to create change in the Democratic Party once he won mayor of New York City. I don't think anyone else predicted that like I did. I'm the only, at least to my knowledge, no one else predicted that Mamdani would become the most influential Democrat in the United States right now, arguably so.
Are thinking that socialism is more popular than it actually
is. So I imagine he would do something similar to that, but think would be the most fertile ground to like press Hasan on that.
Okay, also him and Hasan have been like feuding back and forth into a debate. So this is going to cover his beef with Hasan as well as the rise of democratic socialism.
For good reason, yeah.
But you guys go back and forth so much talking about each other on
they definitely do
your various streams and channels that it's like, what exactly would be the argument against debating you, right? Whether he thinks you're terrible or not. I mean, it's a debate. That's the point. You talk to people who you think are awful or super wrong. You're obviously somebody very relevant. He spends a lot of time talking about you. Why wouldn't he want to talk to you and maybe, expose you or call you out or whatever he thinks he's going to do? Especially, I mean, imagine what $5 million for Palestine.
Yeah, so they basically said, do the debate, and it would be for charity, and it would be for a Palestinian charity, obviously for Gaza or whatever. And I don't think Hasan has responded to him. Guys, smash the like button. We got only let's get to 1,000, man. We're only sitting at 573.
Palestinian children could do. How many meals that could fund, how much medication that could fund. It's like a little bewildering to me that anybody wouldn't snap at that opportunity.
Yeah.
Hasan doesn't do debates. He really tries to avoid them. and you know, for good reason.
That should make people wonder why. I mean, the actual answer is that he doesn't spend very much time talking about my political positions. He just spends time personally trashing me, or
Yeah, he calls them sex pestity, is what he calls them.
diving through streamer drama. And for a lot of these people in this realm on the internet, they don't really spend much time talking about their political positions at all. So I don't actually even think he could defend any of his political positions against an actual challenging conversation. There's a reason why if you watch all the interviews these guys do, and MAGA does it as well, but the far left people have figured it out too. They only do uncritical, non-challenging interviews because it allows them to just have their opinion laundered and seem normal and never actually face any real pushback. So they'll avoid the critical conversations as much as possible because the illusion.
And this is true. This is where I give Destiny credit for it. Destiny is the only person I would say, like big left-wing YouTuber that actively like engages with the right wing. Hasan and all these other motherfuckers, bro, they never debate, dude.
And would be shattered immediately.
That's one thing I get along, and this is one reason why me and Destiny have a good amount of respect for each other, is like we're not scared to debate. But like, yeah, a lot of his colleagues in the left wing though are fucking pussy
amongst their audience if they had to actually have a conversation and then their audience realized they had no clue what they were talking about.
Well, I've seen him do like maybe 1 or 2 semi-adversarial interviews with Ross Douthat of the New York Times. I think the trigonometry guys had him on and pushed him on some stuff, and those did not go well for him, right? The clips out of that were pretty brutal, but he mostly does these friendly sit-downs. I wonder, what is it that you think would be the most fertile ground to like press Hasan on that the softball kind of mainstream media or podcasters never do?
Jesus. So much stuff. I mean, related to Israel-Palestine, there's a lot there. Like, I think getting firm answers on, do you think that Hezbollah as a...
Yeah, and Destiny has a very unpopular position when it comes to Palestine compared to, you know, being a leftist. He's actually more supportive of Israel than the Palestinian cause, which is like a big no-no on his side of the political aisle.
As a militant group, like, should exist in Lebanon and is representative of the Lebanese people. Because every time they talk about Hezbollah, they never really mention how they started there. It was Iran funding them and creating them. And they never mention the fact that they were there without the consent of the Lebanese people or government. They were just a militia that was too powerful to be ruled with. I would want to hear, what does an actual equitable solution to the Israeli-Palestinian conflict look like? They always point to like one state and then they just leave it. But the reality is they're pushing towards a state that would have the Jewish minority. Why would the Jewish people there expect that they could live in peace when they haven't, you know, with any Arab majority country, or really any country, historically speaking, there's always been anti-Semitism. Why do they think that this would be a peaceful solution for Jewish people? Do you think Jewish people realistically would ever accept it? Should this be a decision that's forced upon them if they don't accept it? If we were to cut ties to Israel, should we also go to war with Israel to force the dissolution of that state as a Jewish majority state? And then if the Jewish people started to experience genocide or ethnic cleansing in that country, would we step in to help them? These are all questions that I think would be fascinating to explore because they've never been pushed on any of these things ever.
Yeah, because it's, I mean, the Democrat Party, the default is fuck Israel, which is a W.
Economically, there's a whole bunch of stuff, but he's so weak on even Marxist theory and so weak on economics, I don't even know how much of that conversation he could have. Like when you guys talk about banning.
Yeah, it would be bad. You know, Destiny's an experienced debater. Hasan just talks to his chat all day. They're not the same at all.
Corporate
vibes about, you know, we're going to tax the rich or kind of rise of the DSA.
You point towards doesn't.
Okay, now they're going to talk about the DSA.
Seem to benefit the actual countries that do it. You know, like Vietnam and China and all these other countries that started to industrialize and then explode economically did so because of other capitalist countries that were either buying their goods or, you know, doing foreign direct investment in their businesses. I don't know. There's like a million things you could chat about that I've never heard any of these people pushed on before.
I wonder if with the kind of rise of the DSA and the candidates that he's supporting, he'll have to drill down on some of this stuff because, I mean, really, like, it's very easy to just have vibes, appeal to or pander to vibes about, you know, we're going to tax the rich or we're going to make this a right, make this a right, make this a right. But it's a lot harder to explain how that works in practice and you kind of reckon with the specifics of it all. And we've seen some of these candidates decline to do so repeatedly, right? You'll ask them like, hey, do you still believe in abolishing the police? And they'll go, well, I believe.
Yeah, that's like the fucking crazy, that's like the crazy shit that they be saying, abolish the police, free healthcare for all. That's like the populist movement right now in the left.
Strongly.
They want full on socialism, dude.
To address the root causes of crime. And it's like, that's just a total non sequitur. So I imagine he would do something similar to that. But it is interesting. I mean, the amount of words that have been dedicated to like his workout routine or his aesthetics or his vibe or his popularity versus actually honing into his beliefs. Because, I mean, I mean, do you acknowledge that he is kind of having a moment and he's become this like phenomenon and people are moving towards him in the Democratic Party, or do you still kind of see him as a fringe figure?
I think he's more, in some ways, his ideology is more relevant than people realize, and he himself is not as relevant as people think. I think what's happening is in New York, this big socialist moment that we're kind of having, I think was really more of a function of Mamdani's power as a kind of kingmaker.
Sorry, guys, got to get rid of a retard in chat. Bro, this nigga's a weirdo. Dude's in here talking about black. Myron, put ice on your eyes are dark. Yeah, I didn't sleep last night. It's called hard work, bro. Enjoy the fucking Shadow Realm where you can hang out with all the other porch monkeys that don't work. Dumb fuck.
Time to send you to the Shadow Realm. The future is mine.
Fucking weirdo. Bro's in the fucking Rumble chat talking about Myron's eyes are black as fuck. Put ice cubes on your eyes, bro. Like, yeah, I didn't fucking sleep because I did a fucking 12, 13-hour stream, you fucking retard. It's called work. So go ahead and enjoy the fucking watermelon realm with all the other fucking porch monkeys. Fucking retard. Incredible.
Person has the ability to leverage his political popularity to get other people elected. Because in California, you didn't see this play out at all. You know, I think every candidate that they had that was like DSA aligned or socialist ended up getting crushed. And for the most part, they aren't having too much success around the country. We're waiting for
I don't know about that.
Saeed.
He won.
The Francesca governor race, if she loses the primary, or I'm sorry, if she loses the general.
Spreading slowly but surely.
That's going to be really bad in Wisconsin. So I think that right now, Mamdani
shout out to you.
Was very popular. People like Hasan kind of like jump onto that, and then people are thinking that socialism is more popular than it actually is. But it is a growing thing in the party that the party seems unable to deal with.
I think he's underestimating it, bro. It's growing and it's rapidly growing.
As the Democratic Party just can't message anything effectively. So
it is the cool populist position now.
They have kind of like co-opted our.
It's like free Palestine, abolish the police, healthcare for all, no kings. What else? Open borders. No one's illegal on stolen land. Like, these are like the fucking slogans of the left right now.
Messaging apparatus.
Kamala Harris's loss has radicalized the left.
And they're using it very effectively to signal to Democratic voters and attack like the moderate Dems, while the moderate Dems are still having to deal with Trump. So yeah, I do think there is a moment right now that in some ways is overemphasized and in other ways is underemphasized. And I hope the Democrats get better at responding to it.
Yeah, I think it's hard because it's like, what exactly do people believe in or not believe in? I think they're benefiting from the confusion that a lot of people have about what capitalism is, what democratic socialism is. Because I think when you see these polls that are like, well, 2 in 5 Democrats say they're democratic socialists or what have you, I think they mean like Norway or Sweden.
Of course,
many of those voters do. But the actual electeds, the Francesca Hongs, the DSA Congress members, and the thought leaders and influencers like Hasan, that's not what they mean. I mean, you look at that platform and it's of the DSA and it's seize control with the government of large corporations and institutions. When you look at Hasan, he's talking about China as an economic model and not the liberalization of China, right?
Yeah.
But the stuff that came before that. So I that's very worrisome to me because it feels like a very easy bait and switch there that allows them to kind of, Trump does this where because he does his weave and he says all sorts of crazy stuff and contradicts himself constantly, he can be all things to all people. So for example, he was pro-life and pro-choice, depending who you asked, right? People who were pro-choice were like, well, Trump's not going to ban abortion
because Trump isn't he's not really a real conservative. Trump is a 90s Democrat, man.
He would gesture in certain contexts or conversations towards not being a hardcore pro-lifer. But then a lot of pro-life hardcore people was like, no, Trump's with one of us. He speaks at the national pro-life rallies. He says he's pro-life, all this. And because he wasn't really forced to drill down into specifics, he was able to get both of those groups or people in both of those groups to support him. I feel like they're doing the same.
So quickly, we can cover Abdul Syed.
CNN can now
So-
project that progressive
Democrat Socialist Party is moving.
Abdul El-Sayed has clinched Michigan's Democratic Senate primary, defeating Congresswoman
Bro, and she had a bunch of AIPAC money behind her, and bro beat her.
Haley Stevens in what
There's a change going on in America for the better, man.
was a very bitter and contentious race. El-Sayed will advance to the midterm elections and take on
Slowly getting these fucking Zionist-backed politicians out of here, bro.
Republican
Send them to the fucking...
former Congressman Mike Rogers. That's coming up in November. Voters in 5 states punched ballots yesterday in several key primary races across the country. We're also keeping a very close eye on races in Missouri, Kansas, Virginia, and Washington State. Let's begin this hour, though, with the major breaking news coming out of Michigan right now. CNN anchor John Berman is at the Magic Wall. John, walk us through the latest numbers, because now CNN has made its projection.
Yeah, CNN projects that Abdul El-Sayed, seen as the progressive candidate, will be the Democratic nominee for Senate in Michigan. But man, it was close. Less than 1 percentage point separates him from Congresswoman
That's crazy.
Haley Stevens. The vote difference right now, less than 15,000 votes separate these two candidates. It was very close. And if we just look back over the course of the night until this moment, Abdul El-Sayed led when the polls first closed substantially. He's the light blue line. Haley Stevens is the dark blue line. But as the night went on into the morning, it got closer and closer until these lines were almost touching. But right now, we are projecting that they are wide enough apart that Abdul El-Sayed will be the winner there. As we look at this race and maybe look for signs about what it might mean in terms of strengths and weaknesses for El-Sayed as he heads to the general election against Mike Rogers in November, he did very, very well in the more educated counties. Washington County is where Ann Arbor is, University of Michigan, Wolverines.
Yeah, young people overwhelmingly, like something like 80% plus of young people prefer El-Sayed. He had the youth on his side.
You can see he ran up the score there by more than 24 points. But right next door in Wayne County, which is the most populous county in the state, about 18% of the vote, it is where Detroit is, also where Dearborn is. Haley Stevens actually won.
Oh, that's crazy, because you would think you would take Dearborn, because obviously he's Muslim as well. Dearborn has the biggest Muslim population in the country. Real quick, Alex says, yo, what's up, brother? Whatever happened to the Chud case? He's still out on bond, bro. Some judges, completely fucked him over. He put the $1 million up for the first one, and then now they're keeping him in the other one. Abundance, Myron, what are your thoughts on the rise of stay-at-home husbands and boyfriends and women outnumber men in the workforce? Not good. Is Mabello subscribed? Shout out to you. Nuke the Jays. Yeah, I was looking back at the streams, and that one guy who said TPC Films Gay Men got me dead. Yeah, it was funny name. Alex says, bitches say they want a blue-collar man until they meet one and end up only having 3 hours, if that, max a week with them. Yeah, exactly. Hey, Ryan, I know you see my name a few times. Been watching since 2021 after I broke up with my last ex and showed... FNF showed me I wasn't crazy. Yep, we got you, man. Soak City, would you be open to sourcing that sign and putting it on your store if there was enough demand? Yeah. You Mad Bro says the documentary for Zyzz is called Poster Boy Becoming Zyzz, and here's the official link. Okay, gotcha. Stand.com OU. Okay. Zerka hits that shits on Destiny debate. Okay. Guerrero, what's up with all these annoying women in your chat? The virus is spreading the OSS. Do we have annoying women? Women, stop being annoying if you're being annoying in there. Okay, guys, so we're kind of short for time because you guys know we got after hours. So what we're going to do here is we're going to segue into the Officer Tatum versus 20 black liberals. We began this yesterday. We're going to go over to OSS, guys, because the problem is that Jubilee, a.k.a. Jubilee, no joke, is copyright striking anyone that fucking reacts to their videos now. So let's go ahead and do this shit on OSS. Also, I don't got to fucking censor myself when I make fun of these fucking orangutan morons.
Hello, monkeys.
It's been an entertaining thing. So let's go ahead, guys, and jump on over to OSS, guys. Use the link, okay? Literally, all you got to do, I'm going to drop the link for you guys in the chat. Use the code LYouTube, okay? So you come on over, boom, put the link in. It's going to bring you to this page right here. I already put the promo code in for you. Bam, $1. Okay, I don't want to hear nothing. It's $1. Cancel at any time. It's $10 a month after that. This is how we keep doing the show despite being demonetized. Okay? So, the people saying no. Yeah, bro, I can't fucking react to the, like, I literally will get copyright struck immediately. Jubilee has not been fucking around with this shit. They'll do a takedown on your shit so fucking fast. So, yeah, come on over to OSS, guys. It's only $1. Don't be a fucking cheapskate. Some dude said $1 too expensive. Interesting. So, cool. Anyway, we're moving on over. If you don't fuck with me, it is what it is. But the real ones know what time it is.
Under Trump, we will have no more wars, no more disruptions, and we will have prosperity and peace for all.
The mission of Operation Epic Fury is laser focused.
The United States military obliterated Iran's nuclear weapons program with an attack on Iranian soil.
This is not just a war about security. It's an information war. They need you to believe their stories, or else it all comes crashing down. This war began decades ago, but now you have the right intelligence to guide you, an army to march with, brothers to discuss with, and an admiral to lead the way. Join the OSS Army. Completely affordable, by the way, guys, so get in there while you guys can. We're going to switch on over right now. I don't want to hear any complaints. Use the code LYouTube, get in. It's literally fucking dummy proof. If you don't have $1, then I don't know why the fuck you're even watching a stream in the first place. But I digress. All right, ninjas, we're going on over. Jump on over. We're going to be on after hours at about 11 p.m. So it's Tatum time.